Good morning! We are heading out to do the Edale Skyline hike today, but not only that, we are also going to be wild camping along the way. First things first, we have got to get up Win Hill because we're going in a anti-clockwise direction, so I shall talk to you in a little while. We are nearly at the base of Win Hill, and I had to introduce you to some new snacks that we've got, which are panda licorice bears. Let me see if I can show you on the camera without my face being in it. Hopefully it'll focus. There you go. It's like the new treat now. I got them for you for Christmas, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
But
You've eaten most of them.
I have eaten most of them. They're really nice, but look how cute they are. They're like little bears with their hands in the air. Ooh, I just can show you there. There you go. So cute and very delicious. We have made it to the base of Win Hill, and we have got a view of Ladybow Reservoir over here. And let me show you the steps going up Win Hill. That's the last bit we've got to climb to get to the top, and we have come all the way from Hope train station, which is all the way behind me. But the wind noise is quite bad, I think, on the microphones today, and unfortunately my other ones are not working for some reason. So I will probably be putting a lot of details on the screen just to save me trying to talk when it's really windy, because there's nothing worse than that sound on microphones when you're watching a video. So I apologise in advance if there is any today, but I'll try and avoid it as much as possible. Right, I will see you at the top. We are currently bunkered down, sheltering from the wind with this stone wall behind us so I can actually talk to you. But it has been ridiculously windy, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been literally trying to blow us over. But we've come from Win Hill and we are heading up to Crookstone Knoll now, and then we'll be heading around onto Ringing Roger, I think it's called. But when we're up there, we're also going to just head off track a little bit across Edale Moor to find one of the trig points, the highest point up there, before returning back down to Ringing Roger and then carrying along. I did try and show you the skyline route before, so I was probably stood in the middle of the grass pointing. So hopefully that came out right, but I literally cannot talk because it is so windy. But it is an exhilarating walk for sure, and the scenery is beautiful. But yes, we are carrying on. We've done just about 4.5 miles so far, so we're about a quarter of the way in, which is good. Right, let's get moving.
You feel better?
That is how you stay warm when it's really windy. Just made it up to Crookstone Knoll now, and behind me there's some great views of Loose Hill, the Great Ridge all along here, and then Mam Tor all the way over there. But yes, Crookstone Knoll, it's a great little place to hike past. There's so many interesting rock formations, the track's lovely to walk on, and the views are just spectacular. So tomorrow we will be walking literally all along this Great Ridge, and it's a walk I have done before. Actually, I think I did 2 takes on it because it was shrouded in mist on the first day, so I actually came back and did it again for you. So I will link that up here for you if you want to check that out. But yes, it has been great. We had a little bit of shelter from the wind coming up here, but it is pretty windy on these tops still, but it's not too cold, which is kind of good. The sun is managing to keep us warm a little bit, so that's nice. I do believe we have found our little campsite for the night. I mean, look at this spot here. Doesn't it just look perfect? And it's flat And then we've got views of Rushup Edge over here in the distance, which is absolutely gorgeous. And the sun looks like it's going to be setting very soon. So we're going to set up our tent and get settled, and I shall talk to you in a little while. Just managed to get the tent up and it started pouring it down, and now the mist has come in, so there is no views whatsoever. I will turn the camera around and show you, but it's gone pretty grim up here. Well, we have settled down now for the night, and we were that hungry. I'm sorry I didn't film it, but we just had a load of veggies and couscous and chickpeas that we'd pre-made earlier this week, so we just had those. We were absolutely starving when we got here. So it is just a matter of settling down quite early tonight, and I am so glad that we brought this tent. This is our Burr House 3.3 and it's called a Peak Pro. So it's a 3-man tent, but it's an all seasons one, which means that it's going to be much sturdier in these horrible winds up here and a lot more waterproof and hopefully a lot warmer. We have got a little setup in here, so this is the sleeping area, which as you can see we've got our little bed set up already. And then at this side, let me just flip the camera around, I will show you the other area. It comes with a resident ghost. And this is the outer area, so this is where you sleep. And then through this bit we've just got a mat down on the floor just to protect it because it's open. And then we have got our bags at the other end. Our little stove area down there, so where we've just been eating, and then we've got the door in that corner there, keeping us safe from the wind. I do apologise, I have not filmed more here at camp. It's just the mist and the wind and then the rain all just came in at once. And like I said, we were just absolutely starving. So we are going to settle down now, probably make a cup of tea and then get an early night because there is absolutely no view out there, so there won't be any star time lapses happening. But hopefully when we wake up in the morning, we've had a look at the forecast. It said it's going to be cloudy a little bit, but not heavy cloud. But it did say that today and we had a lot of sunshine, so you never know, there might be some photographic opportunities in the morning. But if not, we'll probably set off bright and early and get ahead of the day and maybe even have breakfast on trail somewhere. So we will say good night for now and we will see you in the morning. Good night!
Good night. Ooh.
Good morning! Well, that was a very restless night's sleep, I am not gonna lie. It was pretty windy and pretty cold, but in the sleeping bags it was nice and warm after the first hour or so once you get warmed up in there, but we slept fine. We are up bright and early. It is misty everywhere and there's going to be some fog drawing in the next hour as well, so it looks like we're going to be walking in a lot of fog, so there's not going to be a lot of scenery to show you. I think I am pretty much cursed when it comes to doing this little part of the world, because last time when I went on the Great Ridge I think I actually turned round because it was so foggy and there was no point filming. But hopefully it'll clear within a couple of hours, so fingers crossed for that. But the tent held up very well last night, so that's a little sleeping area I was showing you last night. And then this is the little booth area at the front where you can have a little mat, you've got a little window looking out and everything. And there's the door looking out into the moorlands. So it was a very comfortable tent to sleep in and offered a lot more protection than the Big Agnes. That was good, I'm really glad that we bought that. Right, we're going to pack up and then get on the trail. are currently at Brown Knoll Trig and I'm actually using it as a windshield, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay. I haven't filmed again much this morning or spoken to you because the wind is about 30 to 35 mile an hour and it's quite bad up on the tops here. But last night was an excellent night, even though it was cold and we didn't sleep very much. I think it got down to about -4, -5 degrees Celsius with the wind chill up here. So it was a pretty cold one. But this morning we have walked all along this area in the distance that you can see here. And we've come all the way along here. Then we had to drop down, and Kinder Low is actually over there, and as we dropped down we met up with Jacob's Ladder, which is along the Pennine Way heading back down. But instead of going on the Pennine Way we crossed right over and now we've walked all the way up to Brown Knoll, which is a high point, and next we are heading in that direction. So we will be aiming for the Great Ridge and then over to the Mam Tor area, Loose Hill, and then making our way down on the descent to Hope again. So we're on the home stretch and I think this is going to be a really nice flat bit compared to the other side at least. I shall let you know how it goes along the way. We are now making our way over to Rushup Edge, which as you can see behind me is all along here. And I'm going to zoom in and show you a little bit of the Great Ridge and Mam Tor and the location of everything, just so you can see, because it's a really good angle to show you. So here we have Rushup Edge, and then over there it goes to Lord's Seat, drops down, goes up to Mam Tor, just zoom in a little bit more, and then along from Mam Tor you're going across the Great Ridge, and then the dark area there is Back Tor, and then the final ascent up to Loose Hill, that little pointy bit there, and then it drops down to Hope.
I'm so high, so high. They told me to sit back, don't make a sound, don't go to the unknown, but I'm too curious for that. Might be a little crazy, I don't mind, I like the way it feels, no need to set off the alarm, no. So I won't stick with it, running in a wheel, no. So I'll be taking off, for I'm dead and gone.
We are on the home stretch now. We've just come from Rushup Edge, gone up to Lord's Seat, up to Mam Tor and along the Great Ridge, and now we're on the last bit. So we have got the Back Tor here, which we've got the steep climb up, and then we have got Loose Hill, and then we head back down into Hope. So we are on the home stretch now. We'll probably speak to you either at the top of Loose Hill if it's not too windy, which I doubt, or at the very bottom. So we'll speak to you soon.
Oh, can't you see I'm so high, so high. I'ma raise the aeroplanes up in the sky, in the sky. I'm so high, so high. I'm a dreaming, fall asleep on clouds tonight.
Just gonna touch the top. Thank you. We made it to the top of Loose Hill. We're celebrating with our final licorice pear. Unfortunately, we thought there was two, but there's only one. We can have the other half. We completed the Edale Skyline. Down to the car we go. We are nearly at the car now, just descending into Hope. It has been a wonderful hike. If anybody gets the chance to do the Edale Skyline, I will highly recommend it. The scenery is absolutely spectacular. The only thing I would say is check the wind speed, because it can be really bad up there on the tops, and especially if you're doing it all in one day, it can be quite challenging with wind in your face all day long. So have a look at the wind speed up on the tops there, not just the normal, say, BBC weather forecast, but make sure you look at the Met Office or something like that and see what the gusts can go up to. And also, if it's in winter, I would also highly recommend taking waterproofs to protect you from any wind chill. And it can be incredibly muddy, so trekking poles are really helpful as well to hold your balance up a little bit more. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. As always, if you've liked it, give me a like. Comment down below if you've got any comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will look forward to seeing you very soon. And obviously I'm over on Patreon for even more content. But until next time, goodbye.
Bye.